poppin', y'all? Today, we taking a look at, are we overlooking the possibility of Simon Stern being a future threat in power? If you enjoyed the video, like, sub, but before you sub to my channel, go sub to Death God Spaceman. That motherfucker's content is fire. And let me know what you think about Simon Stern. Also, gotta shout you guys out. 300 subs in a week! Nigga, we got bong works for that shit. And we got wine. And I got work in like an hour. And we got the internet detective on the fucking line. He's gonna be watching this shit with us. Say what up, Jimmy. Forget about it. Hey. Didn't you leave from Dorchester? From Dorchester? We in Jacksonville right now, y'all. We in Jacksonville. It's actually, it's raining in this bitch. That's crazy. But yay! Oh, let's check the Simon Stern up. Jimmy, you can go ahead and start your shit. I'm starting mine now.
Guys with your background usually open clubs uptown or in Brooklyn and open and closed within a week.
There is no secret. Just me.
Oh shit, you're this nigga Jamal on a completely different video. Yo, yeah, you gotta find. Didn't you find the Simon Stern one originally? Alright, I'm 23 seconds into it, so you can just go ahead and start. But pretty much, y'all. I mean, I think in season 3, especially with the death of Zeke in last season of book 2, I think we're definitely gonna see Simon Stern have more of a grasp on Tariq, probably giving him a new assignment. But you guys gotta let me know in the comment section what you think. And also, do you think that Simon Stern is still gonna be on Tariq's side as far as like helping him out with getting back into Stanford and everything, and like keeping his enrollment there? Because, you know, again, with Zeke gone, his stipulations for staying in school originally were, if Zeke don't play, you don't stay. But now, like, Zeke is a pack. So will that nigga Tariq be back?
I don't follow. See, people take you at face value, Simon. Me, will have to transform to meet everyone's expectations constantly. And because I get them, I get them. And because I get them,
Here, go ahead, tell that to do.
I get rich.
Yeah, bro, this nigga
Tasha, a lot of money. I'm here to collect.
All right, guys. So for today's video, we're gonna be talking about Simon Stern from Power. Now, I know I'm probably blowing this out of proportion, and I'm probably maybe doing.
Internet detective said we can't trust him, you guys. Sorry, this is definitely gonna be a little bit of a longer video, but internet detective said we can't trust him. And I mean, Simon Stern's proven himself time and time again, especially when he took truth from Ghost back in the day, and Ghost weaseled himself out with his wife in a legal situation. But you know, I mean, so far Simon Stern's been a kind of valuable asset to Tariq as far as getting him in school and everything. And then we know Tariq had the whole side business going on with Braden and Simon Stern's husband, and when they formed Course Correct. But pretty much, you know, I'm not sure. I think Simon Stern is gonna give Tariq a new task, but because I know he wants truth. I know he wants truth at any means necessary. But without Ghost, what is truth anymore? Y'all let me know in the comment section.
Be doing too much for the character, and probably giving him a little bit too much props, right? But everybody remembers, you know, back in the original Power, where, you know, Simon Stern wanted to buy truth from James St. Patrick, but you know, James St. Patrick was just like, nah.
That's why I always show mine.
Happening, this and that and stuff, and you know, it kind of like had like this, I guess, heated tug of war in a sense, until eventually Simon Stern got what he wanted, because he was somewhat a little bit in the beginning smarter than Ghost, until, you know, Ghost got the upper hand on him and stuff, right? Now, the one thing I was wondering about Simon Stern as a whole and as a character, out of everything that happened with Ghost, wouldn't you think that he would have known what was going on in his own city? Because, you know, you had this
Jimmy, my phone is dying!
Had other gangs, well, maybe not the gangs, maybe just the Serbs, and then eventually like the Jimenez cartel.
We lost the internet detective. He ain't in the sky or nothing, but fuck! He ain't on the stream with us no more! Not R.I.P. internet detective, but BRB internet detective. Anyway, I'm done with the jokes, you guys.
Right? wouldn't you think he would have at least known something about it and stuff? Because he was always fascinated and intrigued about James St. Patrick and stuff. You know, that there's really nothing on him. He couldn't get anything on him. Even if he tried to like search his name up, he couldn't get anything on him. And it's like as if you know he was a true ghost and stuff, right? So the one thing I was always wondering about, is he truly the ultimate evil? Is he like the last person that eventually even Tariq is gonna have to deal with? Even though he will, but is he the one that was always been in control, right? Because
I mean, absolutely, because Simon Stern is like a billionaire. But and actually, thinking just as far as like elaborating on his point as far as like Simon Stern's power, pretty much, if we look back in season 2 when Detective Whitman was doing the interviews on campus, we seen Simon Stern be like, yeah, and once you don't find anything, I need you to get the fuck out of here, and pretty much Simon Stern was all like, "Oh, I'll have lunch, and I'll be sure to let the detective, or I'm sorry, I'll be sure to let the commissioner know that when we sit down and have lunch this week." So, yeah, I mean, he definitely has a lot of power and influence, and that could be dangerous for Tariq. But again, Tariq is the key to getting truth. And I believe they said that he'll get the other 2 clubs the Ghost owned as well, if I'm not mistaken. The Tariq's his estate or his will or however that works, or his trust fund will just give them to Simon Stern. So I just don't think Simon Stern is going to let that opportunity pass itself up.
you know how when Ghost eventually got with his ex-wife and said that, hey, he had like offshore accounts and stuff, and they worked together to kind of like take him down, and then Ghost was able to get back like his nightclub and then some other clubs from Simon Stern and stuff. It makes me wonder, like, did he
Ghost was a master chess
I'm
player.
Sue. I'm from Tucson, Arizona, and I am a fiscal conservative. Carrie Lake has made it very clear that she
I bought this laptop in Arizona. I swear, I am literally in Jacksonville right now. Yet somehow still getting ads for Carrie fucking Lake! Fuck you, nigga! All on my video and shit.
did he ever do any like deals with the Serbs? Maybe not the Jimenez cartel, but I always wondered, did he ever do any sort of dealings with like the Serbs and stuff? Like maybe no, I wouldn't say like territory, but maybe maybe like territory or any sort of like business, right? Because I was like wondering about this because this man, he's been around because he's been there when he tried to get James St. Patrick's nightclub. He was there when he got arrested. He was even there when the man almost tried to become lieutenant governor, and then he was even there when the man was dead. So I'm like, I wouldn't say it's a coincidence or anything, but you would think that he's kind of like an overshadowed figure that nobody is not really seeing and stuff because
I mean, yeah, definitely. I get where he's going with this, but I'm just not sure like how take someone like Jason Mitch. It's like, how do you even connect the two of them? Just because you've seen him around Ghost, that doesn't mean that he would have anything to do with Simon Stern. But you let me know in the comment section what you think.
we always see how, you know, one bad guy and then another bad guy show up and then there's another bad guy, but then nobody really thinks about the one guy that could have been controlling everything in the beginning, and everybody kind of like overlooked him and stuff because okay, yeah, back in the original Power, like I said, we had the Serbs that was around, right? You had Jason, you had Milan, who else was there? Oh, then you had Lobos, right? Then you had
Lobos was a bad motherfucker. They was all dope villains, but Lobos was insane. I'll never forget when bro was getting head in the pool. Like, bro, it was crazy.
um like I said, then you had like the Jimenez cartel. You had them, and obviously all of them are dead. All of them are dead, and except for like the one person who still remains on top, and it's like Simon Stern. And even when James St. Patrick died, and he still wanted truth, it was like, okay, in order for him to get truth, Tariq has to pass his grades, and then he gets truth. But it's like, what else does he want besides truth? Like, we know that he wants to ultimately control Tariq, but it's like, what else is he doing behind the scenes that we don't know? Like, what other deals is he doing? Like,
I think possibly in Simon Stern's mind, I think he sees so much of Ghost in Tariq that he might try to replace Ghost with Tariq. After just speculation, but maybe after Tariq graduates, Simon's like, I want you to run Truth. You never know.
yeah, like what else? Like, what's he doing and stuff? Because the one thing, as I said in my previous videos, that when Detective Whitman tried to like get in his face, and he was just like, I'm the one that called the shots here. Everybody works for me and stuff. He's in control, and he knows like the police commissioner and stuff. So I'm like, the one thing that about James St. Patrick, he had he was gonna have political power at the end, but Simon Stern kind of already has that political power. He kind of already has like play high.
Ghost touched political power on and off throughout the series. Just in different situations, like Rashad Tate, Simon Stern. When he like was going through the whole lieutenant governor phase, obviously, but he's been in like the political like circle, like here and there throughout the series, in my opinion.
Higher authority in certain places. So I'm like, if there was like anything that could have happened to like maybe James St. Patrick or maybe Tariq it later on in the future, Simon Stern is like that guy who's like, I would say he's like in between the border of he can help you, but then at the same time he can destroy you given enough information. And it's like you had Tate who he's in a position of power because he's in political.
I got a Councilman Tate video dropping tomorrow. Just had to put that out there.
So he has like some sort of position of power, but it makes me wonder, does Simon Stern have, I think he has even more power than Tate when you think about it. So the one thing I'm going to read a few things from the laws of power of what I believe that Simon Stern actually has. So yeah, the 48 laws of power. So law 5 is to guard your reputation with your life. Reputation is the cornerstone of your power. You use it to intimidate and win, but if it becomes tarnished, you open yourself up to being vulnerable. Now, law 7, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Never do for yourself what the others can do for you. Use their wisdom and knowledge to further your own cause. Law 29, plan all the way to the end. Always plan until the end. That means thinking through every possibility that could prevent you from reaching your end goal. Law 31.
Yo, is this like a life improvement video or is this a power video? Like, what are we doing here? God! Yo, I love this nigga, bro. Like, y'all think I'm fucking around, bro. Like, I fuck with this nigga shit, but I feel like I'm in therapy right now.
Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. By giving your opponents a choice, they will feel that they're controlling their own destiny. What they won't realize is that you're using them as a puppet to choose between two scenarios, both which you serve. So it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting because I believe that maybe some of these laws I feel like does initially apply to Simon Stern when it comes down to control. Maybe not manipulation, but just like sort of control and dominant, because Simon Stern wants to be ultimately that dominant person. He doesn't want anybody above him. He's the one that's above everybody else. So it begs the question, if he's the one on top, is he the one that's been controlling everything, or that shadow that nobody, you're not going to see him coming type thing? And
I don't think Simon Stern has any ties to the drug world. Just my opinion.
And I think I'm kind of like leaning towards that because, like I said before, he was there throughout James St. Patrick's life all the way up until his death. Even when he was in jail, he was like, yo, you got to give me this nightclub. You got to give it to me. So I'm like, okay. Now, I'm not saying that he could have had like maybe James St. Patrick like killed or anything. Nothing like that, because I don't think Simon Stern is like a killer. He could be, but we don't know. But I don't think he is like a murderer. I think he's just like maybe like a shrewd businessman. Shrewd businessman that has like so many connections, and if you cross him, your life isn't gonna be great. Your life isn't gonna be great and stuff, and things will probably be taken away from you. So that's
Yeah, we know he made Ghost's life a living hell when Ghost was working for him. I mean, I remember when him and Angie flew to Miami and he was trying to get that guy to sign that contract or whatever that paperwork was. I just remember it was a time for Ghost. Ghost was stressed season 2. I mean, bro had bags under his eyes like Batman did in that. Y'all remember what's the dude from fucking Twilight? Bro, y'all remember like bro had like all that black makeup on? That's how Ghost was looking in season 2. Simon Stern, I mean, I definitely do think he can put the pressure on a nigga if he needs to.
That's what I see from Simon Stern, but let me know what you guys think on this matter and stuff. Like, do you believe that Simon Stern is actually, just like I said, like a shrewd businessman? He's nothing less to be important, and he's just gonna be overlooked and stuff. Because that's the thing, we've had so many surprises and so many like interesting things that.
Colin, are you coming out to the pub, Colin?
The Banshees of Inisherin. It's a story of an island and the people on that island, and
things that happen in Power. It's like, why is nobody kind of like talking about Simon Stern? He's like literally the cornerstone that everybody forgot. If it's like that whole saying that, the devil's greatest trick is that to make humanity forgot that he ever existed. That's like Simon Stern when you think about it. And I really do see, I want to see what's going to happen to him more, maybe like in season 3 of Power Book 2 Ghost. Like, what else is he going to be doing and stuff? Because since, the whole murder investigation and the whole trial that happened with Tariq dropped, I am going to be curious to see what he's going to be doing and stuff. Like, maybe he's going to pop in and be like, maybe check on and see what Tariq is doing and stuff. Because the one thing I also found,
I think he's gonna have like a new agenda for Tariq. I mean, some kind of new task. You never know what it is, and that Simon Stern could actually be the connection, which is gonna lead Tariq into the political world because we know that all the speculations and the cast that they revealed, it all hinted a political aim direction for Tariq as far as season 3, or at least him like developing toward like possibly exiting the game and going toward a political direction, or possibly trying to balance the two. You let me know in the comment section though, but I do think if Tariq truly is a step into this political world, which does make a lot of sense because Rashad Tate is now he's gonna take Rick Sweeney's seat. I mean, Tariq also has Simon Stern at his at his disposal, so he has the same power that Ghost had. So yeah, you guys gotta let me know in the comment section what you think about that. But I do think if he steps into that world, that Simon Stern will be essential to him.
found quite interesting.
Also, he has Simon Stern's husband. Just had to totally forgot to throw that out there.
Why did Simon Stern he didn't visit Tariq when he was in prison? Like, see, and it's like, I felt like Simon Stern could be probably like looking at past mistakes, like, okay, things that James St. Patrick did and he overcome, Tariq is going to overcome them. So it's like, he was kind of there in the beginning, still is in the beginning, but he didn't come visit him in prison, right? So I'm like, I think Simon Stern could be on to something. He could be, manipulating things behind the scenes and nobody doesn't know. They ain't going to know until probably like the end, like the true end when Tariq graduates. And who knows? He could probably be like, well, your father was quite interesting. And then he might hit him off with, but I knew what you did. Or something, right? And then we'd be like, okay, I can't believe it.
But how would Simon Stern know that what Tariq did to Ghost? But then again, like I said, the Power World, you just don't know. I mean, we really can't even explain how Mecha knew. Because how did Mecha know, but then Blanca Rodriguez, Blanca Rodriguez the entire time, she figured out that Tariq and Tasha were behind it, but she never could prove it. But, maybe she just, I don't know, had the speculation and just happened to tell Mecha. I don't know how Mecha found out. Like I said, I assume it was from Blanca, but, I again, really don't know. But so I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me if Simon Stern possibly did know what Tariq did to Ghost. But, they would really, I don't know how that would make any sense. But again, it's Power. You just never know what's coming next.
It's actually Simon Stern and stuff. Simon Stern is like literally that last guy. Out of everybody that Tariq and Ghost had to deal with, Simon Stern is going to be like that last guy. And I feel like it's probably going to be up to Tariq to either take him down or most likely outsmart him. and Simon Stern is gonna probably be in another dilemma and stuff. But who knows what's gonna actually happen?
I mean, we've seen Ghost outsmart Simon Stern, so I mean, it wouldn't be surprising to see Tariq do the same. I mean, he's done the same pretty much to anyone who has encountered him from Ghost's time. So, everybody who knew Ghost that has like stepped to Tariq has basically been outsmarted. And I mean, like, we could just say like what Tommy, Cooper Sacks, Rashad Tate. I mean, the Tate thing was a little more of an agreement, but I mean, even though Tariq gave him the photo in the end. First, he got him the 2 original meetings with Yaz and helped him find the home and no, I'm sorry, Daniel Warren helped him find the home. But Rashad Tate still originally set up the meetings for him. Rashad Tate also was the one that got Judge Lucas on Tariq's trial, which is the only reason he wound up getting bail. I mean, so yeah, that was a little bit of a scenario, but I'm just saying Tariq has definitely proven himself as far as when it comes to him having to deal with people from the past.
Who knows what's gonna actually happen? Because it's like Simon Stern still wanted to be in James St. Patrick's life, despite him getting one over him and stuff.
Which is why I think that he's gonna try to replace Ghost with Tariq.
And it's like he ain't gonna sit this well, because if the father did it, the son could do it, and he probably might have like some plans in play in case Tariq try to do anything to get over on him, because we don't know what this man is capable of, to be honest, despite besides him having connections to the police commissioner and other probably forms of politicians and stuff, right? So that's another thing that you have to kind of like keep aware of, despite compared to like the Serbs, where they don't really have any political power or anything that's like backing them and stuff. They just there. They just there and, killing people and shit, right? So, there's nothing really, tying them to anything. But, like I said before, if Simon Stern had anything to kind of do with the Serbs, or getting them into the States, right? Or helping them, not with their business, but yeah, probably like just like getting them into like the States or whatever, then, and he keeps his hands clean and nobody really knows what he's doing, then yeah. Because the whole phrase of what Tariq said, that ghosts never die and stuff, right? Maybe we looking at this differently. Maybe I wouldn't say Simon Stern is a ghost, but we could be looking at things differently. We don't know.
No, I don't think that's what Tariq meant when he said ghosts never die. I don't think he was referring to Simon Stern. But I do think Simon Stern is going to be a very important character to watch for in season 3.
We don't know. But post your comments down below. If you like what you heard you like. Please subscribe, share. Do.
If you not subbed to Death God Spaceman already, please go sub to him. You just seen his work. I mean, bro just gave one of the best breakdowns I've ever seen. And bro, a lot of power content channels they're only really talking about book 3 right now. Like, I fuck with a lot of the channels that are still going into the other books, still talking about other possibilities, predictions, what ifs, all that shit. Like, I really fuck with that, like people like Simon Stern, like, people like Pause, like you don't really see like videos on them like that unless they're like correlated to a certain episode. So I like to see like these individual character breakdowns. But yeah, like I said, please go sub to Death God Spaceman if you enjoyed the video. Like, sub, let me know what you think about Simon Stern. I will catch you in the next one. Got a lot more power content coming. Thank you for 300 subs. Sorry for the long ass video. Peace. Arf, arf.